Hey boys, what is up? Welcome back to some more Times Crew mode, where we are taking on the Cowboys in the qualifying final right here. Top of the table clash pretty much. Cowboys have been a bit of a pretty good rival for us throughout the past two seasons. They have been, honestly, they've been pretty easy for us, but they do have a very strong side, so there's no way we can take them for granted. They probably got the best front row in the game. Their halves are really good, obviously. Their backs actually are pretty good this game, so it's going to be tough. But we start the game off pretty strongly. James Roberts already looking dangerous, but yeah, this isn't a knockout game for us, but to win this game would put us in great stead to go back to back in the Premiership. So we definitely want to win this. There's no way we want to lose this and then have to win the next 3 games. That'd be quite just not ideal. That wouldn't be ideal, but as you see, 25 minutes gone, and this is how the game was. Just pretty back and forth. Good defense by both teams. Thurston puts in that kick, and it's going to be Hoffman to get it to David Mead, who did very well to get back to help him out, and then it's just a bit of a lapse in concentration from the Cowboys. It's going to just open us up for the first try. It was, up until that point, the Cowboys were very solid. We were very solid in defense. It was just a pretty typical finals game, I guess you'd say. But once again, it's that man Hoffman who sets it up. But really, it was David Mead who did well to race back and support, and then also just cut inside a couple of the Cowboys players and get the first try of the game. And so, great stuff. And once again, get a bit of confidence from that. Almost straight through him again with Dane Gagai linking with David Mead. But just sloppy play right there. Just a bit of a story of this final. It wasn't the prettiest game. We do try to make it work after that play, but unfortunately we hit the wrong man there. Good read by the center there. Looks like Kane Lynette, but yeah, just a bit sloppy. The decoy runners they were just getting in the way of a few passes and went to ground. As you see, 38 minutes gone, still 6-0. But we got a good opportunity here. There's a bit of space to move for Roberts, who gets it to Zillman. Zillman tries to step one, but good defense out there. Just the outside men were wrapping us up pretty nicely. And then once again, I think it was Dave Taylor who took the ball. It wasn't meant to go to him, but then he threw the pass into Ryan James. But we do try to attack down this right side, and it's looking pretty good, but do get tackled there. 6-0 at halftime. Pretty sloppy first half, but it was fairly dominated by defense by both teams, really. Dane Gagai does pretty well there to almost break through. But once again, good scramble by the Cowboys. They were definitely up for this game. They were wanting a bit of revenge. They were definitely wanting revenge after last year. So, yeah, they're definitely up for it. But the first set of the second half has started pretty well. Making 50 meters is pretty nice. And then Aiden Caesar here puts in a lovely little stabbing kick there. Ryan James, a great chase to smash, I think it's the winger there. Unfortunately not in goal, but the Cowboys are going to have a brain explosion. And James Tarmo almost out, but tackled in goal. That was really poor play, but just great intensity from our team. And from that dropout, we're going to make good ground there with James Roberts, I think, backing up on the middle. And then spreading out wide here. Beautiful pass back to Terapo. And then Adam Docker with a beautiful offload to Dane Gagai to go in for his first try of the game. That was just pretty to watch. It was a bit sloppy in that first half, but we turned it on right there. That's one of the best tries we've done all season. I actually don't know who passed it. I don't know who passed it, but it was Terapo who was back on the inside, and then he did well to get it out to the outside man. And Aiden Caesar misses the kick. Just a sitter for him, but he hits the crossbar. The post, and that's a pretty big kick to miss. And the Cowboys here, this was ridiculous. The offload, look at this offload, that is unbelievable. But then, for some reason, they kicked the ball, I guess going for 40-20, but unfortunately for them, they were outside the 40-meter line. So, it's still a pretty good kick, and the Cowboys here have really good field position to claw their way back into this game, because 2 tries and pretty much going to win the game. But as you see, just poor play. I think it was Matt Scott who ran onto that. It was just in front of the pass. David Mead here stands up Lachlan Coote, but what a chase there by I think it's the number 15. So obviously a forward has come across and rounded up David Mead. I could not believe that. And then on the back of that, I sort of I couldn't believe he got rounded up, so I didn't know what to do last play, and we did get tackled with the ball, so not a good option. But once again, Dane Gagai proving to be quite effective. Last tackle here, Aiden Caesar puts up a nice kick. Josh Hoffman's underneath it, but doesn't contest, puts on a big hit instead, so, you know, good spots to attack in defense here, as Aiden Caesar rushed out of the line, times it perfectly not to be offside, and that is going to force another line dropout, so, you know, this is really to put the game to bed. We get out to Hoffman, who tries a nice cutout pass, and it's a knock on. I thought for sure this is off the Cowboys, but apparently David Mead has got a hand to that somewhere, so the Cowboys get a bit fortuitous right there. As LG puts in a nice little stabbing kick, but Lachlan Coote just comes out of nowhere and picks it up and makes about 30 meters. Thankfully, Hoffman was there to make the covering tackle, but could have been quite dangerous. But on the back of that, the Cowboys are going to throw it around a bit, get the offload, and it's going to be that man again, Lachlan Coote, racing into the backfield. And unfortunately, Hoffman had to make a previous tackle, so there was no one in the backfield for us. As you see, Tamu gets driven back, and my God, that was a forward pass if I've ever seen one. I could not believe that wasn't called, but the Cowboys get a bit of luck in a final series, a bit unknown to them, but Thurston nails a kick, so a 4-point difference. And as you see, the Cowboys making a break, 5 minutes to go. They throw a ridiculous offload. I was freaking out, man. I was freaking out by this point because I thought we were going to lose this game. You know, it's not do or die, but I definitely didn't want to lose it. But as a good set here, last tackle. This is to really put the game to bed. We come up with it. Zillman gets the bat back. James Roberts gets taken a meter out, pushed back. The Cowboys, the scramble was amazing. And they have one final chance here. They're looking pretty dangerous. Honestly, our boys were a bit tired at the end of this game, and the Cowboys were making some breaks left, right, and center. But it looks like last play here, Thurston gets the ball, trying to create something, gets it out to Lachlan Coote, and Josh Hoffman comes up with a good solid hit there to wrap him up, and that is the end of the game. We come out winners. Not our best performance, but we did enough to win, and that's all we needed to do, really. So we're going to be progressing into the final series. Pretty much just one game to go until the grand final if we win that. So good stuff. 10-6. It was a tight game. It was actually a pretty exciting game, I gotta say. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you next time.